Good afternoon, friends. My name is Lauren and welcome back to Spoonful. And today, as I was chopping up some tomatoes, something came to mind. The reason why grocery bills are so high is because the less you do, the more you pay. And I really was thinking about that concept. Is paying for convenience really what I want to spend my money on? And a lot of you guys probably like, what do you mean? What are you talking about? Convenience is expensive. The more the producers do for you, the more the grocery store does for you, you will pay. I grabbed these tomatoes from the farmer's market. I believe it was 10 in all. And 2 of them we have already enjoyed over the last couple of days. And I'm chopping up the 8 of these tomatoes. The whole entire goal is to figure out, am I wasting my time preserving these 8 tomatoes for the future when I could get them right from the store? A family member actually said I could get a tin of tomatoes for less than $1. But in actuality, she really can't get a tin of the exact same tomatoes for less than $1 because 1, these are locally grown, and 2, they are fresh. All right, let's talk jar size. This is an 8-ounce jar, and this is a 16-ounce jar. Okay. So we're going to start off with a couple 8 ounces because sometimes I just need a cup of diced tomatoes in like a soup. It took about 3 minutes to chop up these tomatoes when I timed myself. And it's going to take another 3 minutes pretty much to fill up these jars, add water, add citric acid, and salt. Very basic ways to use these tomatoes for us is just salted. It's going to take more than 6 minutes to get in my car and get out of my neighborhood to go to the grocery store. Nonetheless, I'm looking at time versus money, and the argument is you will spend more time doing these tomatoes, and that's why they're charging us so much more. I have 40 ounces of chopped tomatoes divided up in these 3 half pints and 1 pint. And that is going to be equivalent to about 3 cans. On the cheap end, these 3 cans will be about $2.88. And on the organic end, it will be $3.96. The problem is if you went with a name brand, you were going to pay more. And I've already eaten 2 of the tomatoes that would equivalent to the $3 that we did spend. So over the course of what we'll eat for winter, I think we'll save a little bit of money. All right. Can't even get it in a full shot. Next is pumpkin. So, I've talked about pumpkin before, and I believe we actually roasted a pumpkin on this channel before. Here in America, it is pumpkin craze time. Pumpkin everything, including coffee creamers. I even seen a car place joke about coffee scented oil changes. It's a joke, it's fun, but to be honest, pumpkins have some good health benefits, and I want to save some money for this fun short season of pumpkin eating by preserving it myself with locally grown non-sprayed organic pumpkins. I know a few people who cannot stand the taste of pumpkins, so trust me, this doesn't have to just stick to pumpkins. You can use this method with any kind of squash that you like, any kind of sweet potatoes, because we do preserve them too. But getting them ready at one chunk of time saves you money. So now that the pumpkins are in the oven roasting, the tomatoes are in the canner coming to a boil, you can sit down and pick the pulp from the seeds if you if you really like pumpkin seeds. We eat pumpkin seeds on top of our salads, so I'm gonna go ahead and do that part now, but I got to get some other work done because we did get pears, and I was going to can those pears, but I'm not going to be able to do that because my crew demolished them very quickly. They smashed the living daylights. I think I have one left. And I was like, in 2 days, y'all, just barely 2 days. So anyway, we will get some pears later, and we will move on to grapes next. We're trying to find ways to save money because the grocery store does all this for us. The manufacturer does all this for us. And we are sitting around spending our money while they do all the hard work. So we're taking the time to do the hard work now so we can save a few bucks later. When I was growing up, we didn't eat a ton of pumpkin. We definitely roasted the seeds every year when we carved the pumpkin, but we didn't necessarily sit down and make pumpkin pie too much. My family ate lots of sweet potato pies, and I guess it's because they're easy to come by when they grow right in your backyard or down the street. So that was a main food that we did eat. But now that I'm older and I have spent pretty much the last 10 years really roasting my own pumpkins, we just add that to our repertoire of more fall and winter foods. So once you get these pumpkins peeled and cooled and peeled, now it's time to mash them. There are many ways to preserve this pumpkin. My muffin tin is a half a cup, and I find it to be the perfect size to preserve the pumpkin mixture. I'm able to stack them up in my freezer once these have frozen solid, and just pop out a disc for whatever I need. It makes things so much easier to do it this way. So and I'm gonna save about a half a cup over here. That should be about half a cup for muffins. But that's it, guys. So I got, what is that? 1, 2, 3, 6, 9, so 4.5 cups of pumpkin puree from that one pumpkin. Not to mention some seeds that I will roast up later. They are washed and dried. And we also fixed some tomatoes. The larger jar added some onions for tomatoes and onions. I got a pressure can, and this one is 3 of the small ones, and they are done cooling. So that was great effort. I don't have chickens, which I'm pretty sure they will love to snack on that, so I will throw that in the compost pile. I made some homemade sausage and pumpkin pancakes just to go with the pumpkin that we froze. You ready for breakfast?
Yeah.
All right. All right. Here is the frozen pumpkin in a muffin tins. I'm going to just use this knife, go around the edge, and pop them out and get them into plastic bags. Last year I froze them all in a gallon size bag, and that was not a great idea because I kept opening and closing, taking 1 or 2 out at a time, and then I had a couple that had freezer burn. This way, with a smaller quart size bag, I only have to go in this bag maybe once or twice and can get all that I need. I think I can get about 4 of these half cup in this bag, stacking them up, maybe 6, but we'll see. Let's go ahead and get that done. You can use this method with sweet potatoes, butternut squash, or any other kind of squash that you want to preserve well into the winter months. You could do it roasted, and if you don't want to roast it, you can just cube it in its raw state and freeze it that way, or even can it that way. But one thing I wanted to bring to attention was the cost savings of pumpkin. Everybody has pumpkin on sale in the stores this time of year for American Craze, but you are definitely going to pay for it. So for my 10 half cups here, I have about 5 full cups. The average can of pumpkin in the store is about 15.5 ounces, which will be about 3 cans. And so one of my pumpkins was $2.10. So my 2 pumpkins that I picked up would definitely save me all winter long between soups and pies. So we truly enjoyed this little breakdown of how I'm going to save some money this winter off of just pumpkins and a few tomatoes. I hope to see you guys around here again. Take care and thanks for dropping by.